They were so attached to pleasing Krishna that for them, everything else faded into insignificance. For them, Krishna was the Paramam Pramanam. For them, everything else was secondary. Therefore, that is why Uddhava wanted to take the dust of the lotus feet of the gopis on his head. Because for Uddhava to carry out his devotional service to Krishna, there were no obstacles. There was nobody to stop him. There was nobody to tell him, hey, how can you go to Krishna? Whenever he wanted, he can go to Krishna. And in Dwaraka, practically all the time he was with Krishna. And everybody would encourage Uddhava, oh, so nice, you are with Krishna always. Please go, please go. Whereas the devotional service rendered by the gopis was characterized by innumerable obstacles and extreme difficulty in executing their devotional service to Krishna, and very, very rarely obtained. It was not easy for them to meet Krishna. It is not that every day they would have rasa dance with Krishna. Very, very difficult because of the obstacles of the conservative values of the society, because of their being married to somebody else, because of the obstacles put forth by their relatives. They had so much difficulty. Despite all the difficulties, they did not give up their devotional service to Krishna. So that devotional service which is performed under great difficulty, in the presence of great obstacles, where the performance of that devotional service is very, very restricted, even in such conditions, if somebody renders devotional service, the quality of the devotional service is considered very high. When everything is very favorable to do devotional service, is very easy. But when the circumstances are difficult, it's not easy. The gopis, they overcame the greatest obstacles in the form of society, convention, relations, the bondage to the family life. All this they crossed over, which is dustyajam. Uddhava is saying it is most difficult to overcome. Therefore, anyone who crosses over the shackles of family life and surrenders himself to Krishna to render devotional service, such a person is highly glorified. It is very, very rare to find such a person. That is why even Brahmaji is saying, 60,000 years I did a lot of tapasya to understand how the gopis are able to render such devotional service to Krishna, even in the face of such great obstacles. You see, even the queens of Dwaraka are not glorified so much, although they had Krishna as their husband. Rukmini Devi, Satyabhama, they are all not glorified as much as the gopis of Vrindavan. Why? Because everybody knew that Rukmini, Satyabhama, their married husband was Krishna. So it is natural that they associate with him. Nobody would prevent him. Hey, Rukmini, how can you be with Krishna? Nobody can ask. Rukmini is right. And so therefore, even the queens of Dwaraka would look at the Radharani and other gopis and they would bow down before them. Because even for Rukmini and Satyabhama and such other people, they could not give up the convention, they could not break the shackles of convention and the ignominy associated with associating with a man who was not their husband. They would never have been able to do it. Rukmini also wanted Krishna as her husband. But then she was not ready to give up her home and walk out herself. She wanted Krishna to come and take her and then marry her, because that was an accepted form of marriage, the Rakshasa Vivaha. Whereas the gopis, they did not wait for Krishna to come and take them. They stepped out of their homes and went to Krishna. So even the queens of Dwaraka, they say, your devotion, the gopis' devotion, even we cannot perform such devotional service.